Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and look at this Ripple news announcing our partnership with Royal Monetary Authority of Bhutan, which will use Ripple's CBDC solution to pilot a digital Ngultrum. What in the world? How do you say that? Ngultrum? Is the N silent? This combination of financial innovation and sustainability is a natural fit for Bhutan to enhance the digital and cross-border payments, expand financial inclusion efforts, and extend its commitment to sustainability. Ripple's CBDC solution leverages a private version of the public open source XRP ledger, ensuring greater control over issuance, management, privacy, and validation, more so than a public blockchain. So Ripple is out doing what they can do as long as its home country is trying to hold it back through the SEC. It's out there doing what it can. This was an interesting little video here from XRP Joker. Ripple and XRP is the phoenix that will be the new financial system. And this is the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell.
Also, as you know, investing heavily right now in building a new settlement system for instant payments in the U.S. It'll be the first such major expansion of our core payment system since the 1970s. We found the case for this quite compelling for consumers, businesses, and just ensuring that all financial institutions have access to the payment system.
Okay.
We're also...
All right, that's interesting, but this is too, okay? What I'm about to show you is what I call the plan. Get Bitcoin and Ethereum through, then slam the regulatory door on all potential competition and crack down on crypto. If your eyes aren't open now, I'm not sure what it will take. Listen to this. She's asking Joseph Lubin, what about all the other protocols? You know, you guys have gotten this regulatory clarity, but what about all the other protocols? In other words, what about all the other potential competitors for you? Let me hit the refresh here.
Basis of a lot of enterprise solutions like the JPM coin, like Quorum, like Hyperledger Besu. Where does it leave the rest of the blockchain protocols? Is this an industry in which interoperability at the end of the day is something that, and co-opetition? Is that something that will serve this industry well? How do you perceive that?
Any new technology is going to have to grapple with regulatory issues where Ethereum and Bitcoin have already cleared that bar and been declared commodities. So it's going to be...
no, that was actually Bill Hinman's opinion. Remember that.
Particularly difficult for a new, even high-quality technology and team to build a tokenized blockchain protocol and get real engagement for it. They're essentially going to have to distribute their token broadly and equitably in order to have legitimacy and excitement from their community, and they're really going to have to promise their community that this token is going to grow in value by the agency of some core team, and by definition that's a security. And so they're in this quandary where they have to sell security almost by definition, and therefore almost by definition they're not going to be able to distribute it broadly and equitably because they're going to have to be distributing to accredited investors. And so we've seen some pretty good teams and protocols build what are now called VC coins that are not gaining the traction that say 2 years ago the VCs.
This was the plan, folks. You set the trap and you slam the door. And then all of these others that are out there, and then remember the other day in the video I played for you, he said that Jay Clayton, it was the first time I'd ever heard it, he said that Jay Clayton said he wasn't going to grandfather any of them. I don't know where he heard that, unless he heard it straight from Jay Clayton. So he's not going to grandfather any of them like XRP, and he's going to slam the door on all potential future competitors because they would have to issue a security by coming in. Meanwhile, Ethereum gets a free pass, and on top of that, they get to issue what they call consumer tokens, which is basically them fundraising on the Ethereum blockchain. Set the trap, slam the door, folks. Set. That's the plan. Set the trap, slam, let Bitcoin and Ethereum through that door and slam it behind you. That's what went on here. That is the fact, Jack. And I've seen there's probably nobody on the planet. Well, there's probably a few that have looked through this stuff the way I've looked through it. And I'm telling you, that's what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I've seen. All right. John Deaton had put out this video about what his lawsuit is about. Let me hit the refresh on this.
To be honest, got upset that that people's lives were being impacted because of politics, and so
what I just said about setting the trap, slam the door, that's the plan. Now John Deaton's telling you how all the rest of us out here are affected by all these creep shows. Whoever was behind this, all these creep shows that think it's okay to do people like that.
a writ of mandamus on behalf of myself and several people I know in Rhode Island federal court, seeking the court to order the SEC to limit the charges to the only claims that it can actually prove, right? And so that's how this started. And then, of course, what turned out to be is sort of an individual person with a few friends who sort of wanted to take a stand, to all of a sudden thousands and tens of thousands, actually up to 20,000 people now who have joined in our fight against the SEC. It's not about Ripple for us. You know, Ripple has an impressive legal team. They can defend their actions. I don't defend Ripple. I don't take a position on what their business model is or any transactions they made. The position I'm taking is that the SEC has made claims that it doesn't have a good faith basis to make, quite frankly, and it is inconsistent with 75 years of securities laws. And so that's how I got involved.
Okay, one of the good guys in this. Now, I told you I was going to play you these last couple of clips from Charles Gasparino. So here we go.
He's throwing shade on the technology itself as well, whether that's the right approach to making sure the technology of blockchain and the notion that crypto can be used in a blockchain to transact businesses seamlessly and cheaply and more efficiently, and that is possibly the next internet, whether that's the right approach. And I think he's getting pushback not just from Tom Brady. We should point out he's getting pushback from Hester Peirce, his SEC commissioner, appointed by Obama. She's a Republican from what I understand, but she was appointed by Obama, and she's known as the crypto mom, as you know. And, you know, she's saying that this whole approach is lacking clarity. And it's not just her. I hear this from securities lawyers, obviously people in the crypto space, academics. I think the real question for Gary Gensler is why. I think someone needs to call him on Capitol Hill and ask him what he thinks about the technology of blockchain, and if what he's doing is bad for that. And can blockchain really be this transformational?
Here's what he thinks. He thinks that Bitcoin and Ethereum have gotten through the door, and he's slamming it on the rest of these cryptos, because those are the two he wanted to be through the door.
Technology that's going to change the way we transact business, which a lot of people say. And is your approach going to hurt or help that? I think that's something that Pat Toomey...
I think that this is a complete stall job to try to stall out the rest of crypto. Let me get this last clip here. Let's see, 2, 3. I think this is the last one.
that's going to change the way we transact business, which a lot of people say? And is your approach going to hurt or help that? I think that's something that Pat Toomey, the senator from Pennsylvania, would like to say. Clearly, if the Republicans were in Congress, they'd have him up on the Hill saying that right now, given some of the lobbying pressure from the crypto industry. So, Neil, I can't tell you where this is going, but we are clearly at a crossroads, in regulatory crossroads here. Gensler is hell-bent, even though his powers on crypto are pretty constrained. I mean, he has to prove that anything like this is a security. How do you prove something's a security, like a bond or a stock, and regulated by the SEC? Well, it has to pass certain tests. There's something known as the Hawley test. First, we should point out that Bitcoin wasn't declared a security. Ethereum, the Ether, crypto that goes to Ethereum, wasn't considered a security. XRP, what is? People can't understand why it is. So this thing is
They can't understand because there's no explanation for it. Gary Gensler will not answer the question whether ETH is a security.
And I can tell you, there's a battle brewing both inside the SEC between Peirce and Gensler, I believe. At least rhetorically. I mean, I'm sure they're not punching each other in the face, but I think they are going to ideologically clash. And the industry and academics on where this whole thing is going. Listen, where was the internet perfect in 1995? I mean, I don't know. Maybe, Gensler was at Goldman at the time. Maybe his firm was underwriting all sorts of crappy internet stocks back then. I remember. Yep. I don't see him turning around saying, "Oh, the internet was a big mistake."
Oh, that was 1995. I'm way too young to remember.
96, 97, 98, 99, all before 2000.
All right, thanks, Gramps.
I think Charles Gasparino gets it now, and he's proceeding responsibly. I understand. Tom Emmer had this. What is a security? What is a digital asset? How can we craft a framework that keeps crypto accessible for millions of Americans? Thank you, and and the team at Coinbase for me. So that's Coinbase meeting with him. So what you've got is Bitcoin and Ethereum with free passes, so they're proceeding forward. Meanwhile, everybody else is having to do this bull crap and have meetings and talk about it and everything. And I don't know who's behind this, but whoever was behind all of this knew that this is what would happen. Make no mistake about that. Whoever engineered this whole thing knew that everybody. Remember how Brad Garlinghouse described it when he met with Jay Clayton? He said that that Ripple and XRP, we're sitting here in a purgatory. They knew that it would put not just Ripple, but all these others in a purgatory. And if any of them got close, SEC just sues them. How about that? And that way, there's no competition, folks. Competition or no competition is what this is about, I believe. That's my opinion. James Phelan, XRP community. XRP is well worth the read, demonstrates the extent to which Gary Gensler will use fear in his effort to gain control over crypto. So this is an article where he's basically saying cryptocurrencies doesn't see them lasting long. Oh, he sees, don't trust you me, he sees Bitcoin and Ethereum lasting long. It's just the others that the door has been slammed on. And the other thing here, I think it was another article here. Then there was this. This is an article about how Gary Gensler gets paid by Goldman Sachs, okay, in his disclosures. Do you remember the videos I showed you where Elizabeth Warren, when Jay Clayton was having his confirmation hearings, she was raking Jay Clayton over the coals about all of his conflicts of interest because he had represented Goldman Sachs in his law firm. She hadn't said a word to Gary Gensler, and he's got the same conflict, if not more. Where is she? She's nowhere to be found. All right, I wanted to show you this. This is John Deaton had put this out, the Ethereum Free Pass, Fair Notice, and the Fight Ahead, a memo updating the community on digital asset holders. Go to his Twitter feed. Here's the document. You can see this. And he's got everything outlined that has occurred so far. It's a really great document to look at. And finally, I wanted to show you, because I haven't shown you in a while, just want to make sure it's not showing any of my stuff there. No. That Link to has had Ripple private equity on the platform. They've had Uphold, Kraken, Link to. I think they just added some of these. So I was just making you aware of it. And if you haven't opened an account, this is for accredited investors. It's private equity. This is Ripple equity versus XRP, the digital asset. Two different things. So you can go and you can get the the Ripple equity on the platform. It usually doesn't last very long, so it's on there. There's links in the description of my video if you want to download the app. If you want to go open an account, you can open an account with link to. It's linqto.com. They are my sponsor. I am a customer of theirs. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that the plan was set the trap and then let Bitcoin and Ethereum through the door and then slam the regulatory door. Thus, the competition is gone. Voila.